I wish I really had someone that really explained this thing to me. I would have gotten a whole lot of money from some of these projects. But because I did not understand this thing, it reduced the amount of money I made. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an education and an understanding on listing prices. And it's going to entail on knowing when to buy, knowing when to sell, the stages and factors affecting listing price, and I'm going to recommend a strategy that you're going to use to always win when it comes to listing days. And I'll actually be using 4 tokens to buttress my point. And the first token I'm going to use here is the NOT coin. I'm going to go to my trade. I'll come and tap this BTC/USDT. I'll tap here and I'll search for NOT. NOT. Then I'll search for it. You can see NOT/USDT, right? Just tap on it. This on trade, right? I'll just go to my chart. So I'm going to scroll to the listing day. You can see from here that this is the first initial listing price of NOT coin. NOT coin listed at 0.00990. That was the initial listing price of NOT coin. So it started coming down. So it came down to 0.007. Then it went up again, and it went up to 0.008. Then it went up again to 0.00903. Then it started coming down. It came down to 0.007. It came down again to 0.006. So from our NOT coin, we discovered that the initial listing price is always high. Okay, then it begins to drop and drop and drop. It was much later that NOT coin actually did 5 times. So you can see from here now that the best listing price for NOT coin came in the first few minutes. The next token we're going to use is the dog tokens. Please, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on the bell notification to get all notifications so that I can be notified whenever I drop new videos. On this channel, we'll give you education and understanding on cryptocurrency and airdrop so that you can be positioned to make financial gains. And we'll talk about anything that has to do with making money. So make sure you subscribe right away. So we're going to come here, NOT/USDT, we'll tap it. Then we'll come and tap dogs, DOGS. So search it. You can see dogs/USDT, right? So we'll tap on dogs/USDT. So the same thing, we're going to still scroll back. Please make sure you watch this video to the very end, especially if you're new to crypto. Watch this video to the very end. It's going to save you a whole lot of pain. I wish I really had someone that really explained this thing to me. I would have gotten a whole lot of money from some of these projects. But because I did not understand this thing, it reduced the amount of money I made. You can see from here that the initial listing price of dogs was 0.0025. Then it started reducing 0.0024. It reduced, it came down, it came down, it came down, it came down, it came down to 0.0009. Then it went up again, it went up to 0.001. Then it went up again to 0.0012. Then it went up again to 0.001214. Then it came down to 0.11. Then it started coming down. It went up, it went up, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down. You can see that the best price was in the first few minutes, which is the 0.002. The third token is the hamster token. I'm going to tap on this dogs/USDT. Please stay with me and watch this video to the very end so that you will understand this thing very well once and for all. HMSTR. Then I'll search it. So I tap on my hamster tokens. So I'm going to go back to the listing day. The initial listing price of Hamster Combat was 0.01350. So you can see from here, it started dropping. It started dropping to 0.012. Started dropping to 0.010 till it dropped to 0.009. You can see it. Then it dropped. It came down. It came down again to 0.00859. Then it went up a bit to 0.0052. Then it went up a bit to 0.0 0.088, then it came down, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, just like that. So if you actually move, you discover that this is 0.008, this is 0.007, 0.007. So you discover that the best listing price came within the first few minutes. And let's check the last token, which is the X token. So tap on HMSCRO/USDT, then you come here and tap on X. So you search, you can see X/USDT, right? So you tap on it. X token listed at 0.000181116, and it stayed there for some minutes. Then it started coming down, 0.00014. It came down. Then it entered 0.00007. It came down, 0.006. It came down, 0.0005. Then it started coming up again. It came up to 0.6. It came up to 0.009. It came down, it came up, it came up, just like that. Can you see? It was fluctuating. So we'll start moving. You can see this is 0.0013. Now it came up to 0.00013. So you can see now, currently now, the S tokens is at 0.00008. Based on our analysis from these 4 tokens, we can see that selling tokens during a coin's listing on an exchange can be a strategic decision, and the timing can significantly impact your profits. Let's talk about the stages of listing. There are 2 stages of listing, and one is the initial stage. The initial stage are the first few minutes of listing, and in this initial stage, the price usually peaks quickly, but most times it drops drastically, and the reason is because of the pressure to sell from the early adopters. What this means is that during the first few minutes, that is when the prices are usually very high, and after the first few minutes, it then begins to drop. And the reason it drops is because of the pressure to sell. Everybody that has been tapping, they want to get money. So the moment everybody is selling, then the price of the token begins to drop and begins to deepen. So the more people that sell that token, the more the price of the token is going to go down. If you're actually looking for a quick profit or a quick gain, then selling within the first few periods is going to be of great advantage to you. The next stage is the stabilization stage. In this stage, after the initial 3 minutes, the prices usually begins to stabilize, or basically it begins to drop as the market begins to adjust. This is a good tip when it comes to this particular stage. If you actually miss the first few minutes, please make sure you wait for the stabilization period. This is actually a period where you can be able to make some profit, although the prices are not very high as in the first few minutes. Factors that might affect the listing prices. The number one factor that really affects the listing price is the buying and the selling. One factor that really affects the listing price is the market volume and the sentiment. And in this case, you actually need to monitor what people are saying on social media. Are people more interested in this particular coin or they are not? And if you notice people are interested in the particular coin, then it can be a good ground to actually buy and hold the coin. But if people are not interested, then it will not be wise to actually buy and hold the coin, because it's when people buy and hold a coin that it begins to increase, or it has the potential of increasing in the future. The second thing that actually affects the listing price is the project's fundamentals. If a project has a strong fundamentals, that is a long-term potential based on their partnerships, then that means holding your tokens will actually yield a greater profit in the future rather than actually selling them. The third factor that actually affects the listing price is the lock-up periods. You need to be aware of any locked up or vesting schedules, because this can potentially affect the prices of the tokens. Any project where you see where they have a vesting period, where they kept some of the tokens, most times, especially for the long run, those tokens will have a potential of doing very well. So keeping those kind of tokens might make you a profit in the future. Then the last factor that actually affects the listing price is the market condition, or Bitcoin price. Now the Bitcoin price can actually influence the whole entire crypto market. When it comes to tokens, there are 3 strategies that you need to use if you want to make quick profits, then you need to sell during the first few minutes, but you should keep monitoring the prices, okay? The second strategy, which is normally for lower risks, if you actually missed the first few minutes, then you need to wait for the prices to stabilize, and this usually takes about 30 to 1 hour. Then when the prices are stabilized, then you can be able to sell your tokens. Although you're not going to make much profit as you would have made in the first few minutes, but at least you're going to get something. Then the last strategy is for the long-term growth. Here you just hold the tokens if the project actually shows strong potentials and is favorable in the market. If people are talking about the project, oh, this project is going to do well, this project is nice, then you can be able to hold the tokens. And lastly, I am going to share my strategy, and I'm going to share with you the best time to sell and the best time to buy. My strategy is very simple. I sell all my tokens within the first few minutes, and that is the best time to sell. So once I sell everything, I'll begin to monitor the prices. And the moment the token begin to dip in, there's a level it will reach, then I'm going to use some of my USDT that I've converted and buy back the tokens. That's if I actually see that there's a potential that the token would actually do well. And if I'm buying that, I buy to hold for the future. So that's the best time to buy and the best time to sell. Do you understand? So let me go to my trade to actually buttress a point. Then let me go to sell. The initial listing price of X is 0.00018, and currently it is trading at 0.000082. So I'm going to go to my calculator to show you the difference. I actually got 54,000 tokens. So 54,000 times the initial listing price, 0.00018. At this listing price, I'm supposed to get $9.7. So if I sell initially, I'll be able to get $9.7. But let's say I didn't take advantage of the first few minutes and I decided to wait, and the listing price now is 0.000082. Can you see? I was supposed to get 9.7 USDT, but now the token I am getting is 4.4 USDT. Are you seeing how the listing price affects the money you're supposed to make? So for me, the best strategy is to sell all your tokens, and once the coin begin to dip in, use some of your USDT and buy back. In summary, sell all your tokens within the first few minutes, and when the coin begins to dip in, you can buy back if you actually see potential that the coin is going to do well. So that's the end of this particular video. I would actually be releasing a list of coins you should actually invest in for you to profit from the bull run that is actually approaching. So make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on the bell notification to get all notifications so that you're not going to miss that particular video. Also do well to join our WhatsApp community, link in the video description, where we'll share with you various ideas on cryptocurrency and airdrop. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.